Hi guys, Katie Mild here. Thank you so much for joining me for my Money Minute. So, I had you last week do a quick exercise. It was at the bottom of the newsletter. And remember, I asked you to think about when was the first time in your life when you realized that money was influencing the situation? Now, often these stem from childhood memories, right? So, I asked you a couple of questions around how did you feel when you thought about that memory? Who was with you? What were the circumstances? Is it a positive money association or a negative money association? So, as you're thinking back to that assignment, or if you didn't do the assignment, think about it now. When was the first time when you realized that money was playing some type of role in your life? And when you're thinking about that, let's go ahead and dive into what we're going to talk about today, which is money scripts, okay? All of us, whether we realize it or not, have money beliefs, philosophies, scripts, cliches, things that we tell ourselves that we believe to be true about how money works, right? So, who can earn it? Who doesn't get to earn it? Who spends it? How it influences our life, our world, our neighbors, our friends, our circle. We all have these preconceived notions of the role that money plays, whether we realize it or not. Now, here's the scary thing. Often, a lot of these values, a lot of these beliefs, we don't even realize we have them until we start digging and thinking about our money memories. So, here's just some of them, some typical cliches that you may have heard, okay? Things like money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think I am, a Rockefeller? Or one of my favorites, money doesn't make you happy. I have thoughts about that. We'll get into that one later. I want you to think deeper though. What are some of the less obvious scripts that maybe you're telling yourself? Things like, I'll never be good at numbers. It's just not my thing. Or looking at someone and going, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? How about, I need how much to retire? Wait, I need how much to retire? I'm never going to be rich. I'm never going to get there. And just giving up. Here's another one. Don't worry about your student loans. Student loans are good debt. See, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Don't worry about student loans. They're the good kind. Or how about this one? I can't afford to invest right now. You know what? I'll invest when I make a bit more money. I'll invest when I'm older. I'll just kick that can down the road a bit. Some of those are a little less obvious, but you may have said them yourself or thought them to yourself at some point in your life, whether again you realize it or not. So often, these limiting beliefs, these scripts, these assumptions of how we think money and the world work, they're what's holding us back from becoming exactly who we are supposed to be in our retirement years. They're holding us back from building the incredibly abundant, wealthy life that we all deserve, but we have to go get now. So often, these beliefs, they don't come overnight, right? These are not some things that you wake up with one day and you just have it. These things are often impressed upon you, formed, and forged over years and years and years. Again, whether you realize it or not, they're subconscious. That's what makes them so scary and influential, okay? So often we have to dig really, really deep and challenge ourselves and see, well, what kind of preconceived notions do we have about ourselves and how we approach money? So while you're thinking that over, let me give you guys a quick example of one of mine that I had for many years and I struggled with and only recently was really able to break through. So for years, I was the one who was bad at math. I was always bad with numbers. I was convinced that I was so bad at math. Now, growing up, I was a straight A student. So I managed to get A's, mostly A's, in my math classes, but I struggled. It never came easily. It was always my most stressful subject, hands down. And when I got to college, I had to take calculus and I had to take physics. And let me tell you, those two classes, I was convinced that I was going to fail and flunk out of Notre Dame because of those two classes. Okay. Now, my fear and my anxiety around math grew as a child. It grew through high school, and by the time I got to college, it was pretty bad. Right now, I hit it pretty well. I would laugh at myself. I would always make a joke about how just I can't possibly do math, but really, I had terrible anxiety and insecurity over it. Now, during my sophomore year of college, even though I felt really, really uncomfortable with numbers, my dad encouraged me to open up my first IRA. So during my sophomore year of college, I opened up a retirement account. I think I opened it with $50 because I was a poor college kid, didn't have a whole lot of money. So I opened it with $50. I think I automated contributions at like $20 a month. Again, poor college kid. And then I went on with life. So while this this IRA is humming along in the background of my life. I graduate from college, I join the Navy, eventually I go into the civilian workforce, I join a couple of different companies, I meet my husband, I get married, we move 5 times, the whole shebang, right? Life is just chugging along and moving. And along the way, too, my interest in personal finance began to grow very quickly and very exponentially. I was reading books like The Simple Path to Wealth and Rich Dad Poor Dad, reading blogs like Mr. Money Mustache and Paula Pant. My interest in investing, in learning more about real estate, and learning all about stocks and bonds and index funds and what I could do to really leverage the time now to grow to become a millionaire one day, that became a priority in my life. That became a huge hobby of mine. Let me tell you something else that became a hobby. I began to put together these beautiful, complex spreadsheets with all of these forecasting scenarios and what if scenarios. And I would calculate, well, what if I contribute this? What if I pay down this student loan faster? What if I do all these things? How can I achieve financial freedom faster? And you know what I realized on that journey, this journey over years and years and years? I'm actually really, really good at math. I'm really good at my numbers. I rock at personal finance. I'm great at managing my money. And you know what, guys? I'm not that great at traditional mathematics. I don't have a PhD in math. I'm never going to be the one who really understands differential equations. That's not me. But I don't need a PhD in mathematics to be a multimillionaire. I don't have to be a math superstar to build that wealth. So I had to learn how to overcome that negative limiting belief of I'm never going to be good at math. I'm not good at numbers. Because quite honestly, it's just not true. I am great at my numbers. I'm great at money management. So what's one of your limiting beliefs? And what can you do this upcoming week to start to turn it around, to take those positive steps so you can conquer it and have that confidence to go forward and build your own financial wealth? I can't wait to hear more from you. Tell me what you're doing in the comments below in the YouTube channel. What limiting belief are you going to turn around? And while you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notifications when I post a new video. And have a great weekend. I can't wait to hear more from you. Talk to you guys later.